get started bang on time, as we always promise to do. So, Mr. Brooks, do you want to kick us off for a few minutes?
Well, basically, yeah.
Just how exciting things are getting right now. We got 52 people on already.
Well, that's like a lot less than what you and I thought.
But it is.
There we go. But we've got people, guys, from all over the world that's calling in. And the reason why we're doing this is because a lot of you will be astounded at the results people are getting. And we're still compiling the list. I'm still getting people sending in their results for the month. And it's thousands and thousands and thousands collectively that they're making. But the biggest benefit is this opportunity is now attracting masses of people recruitment-wise. Today alone, I've recruited 8 people personally. 8. Not the team, me personally. You know, that's got to say to you that something's working. And I tell you now, a lot of you here are getting some phenomenal results through recruitment and through trading. And that's really what it's all about. I love the idea about doing the trades, and the Winner Circle is a phenomenal group. And you're going to be hearing a great presentation this evening where you can go from 0 to hero in a few simple steps. But the benefit with what we're doing is everything you're going to see is to help you build your organization. You know, we need to have some icing on the cake. And it's great to do the trades. And tomorrow, I can't wait for 10 o'clock, 2 hours, just under 2 hours time when the trades start to go. And then recruitment. As you know, I've been around the industry for 32 years. I've yet to see an opportunity with a product that we have that's as exciting. Everybody out of 7.7 billion people through the world are into making money. And that's what it's all about. Anyway, Rog, back to you. I'll let you start.
All right, thank you, mate. Right, guys, literally, I'm looking at the numbers of calls. We're now up to 61 people. So some people are still coming in late. We're up to 61 people on the call. And we've got people dialing in from Australia. In Australia, it depends where in Australia you are. It's either 4 a.m., it's 6:30 a.m. in Adelaide. We've got people dialing in from those places. We've got people calling in from all over Europe, obviously. We've got people calling in from the States. We've got people calling in from India. There are tons and tons of people getting hyper excited about this. Now, most of you know Simon and myself, and you know that we've been excited about, first of all, the financial fitness side of this industry for a couple of years now. And we've been trying at this, and we've had challenges that we've had to overcome. A few months ago, we made the move to IML. When we landed with IML, we got information overload. We got so much stuff coming at us from every direction. And it seemed a little bit slow getting off the ground. And a month ago, something clicked, a decision clicked, and we turned it round. Simon and I tested something. We tested it for about 10 days, made sure that we were confident, we got results. Then we shared it with some of the people that are on this call, because there's a lot more people on this call right now than there were a few weeks ago. And the results have started to come through, and these guys are all getting results. Now, I'm going to share the presentation that we did a couple of weeks ago with a couple of tweaks and with a few important additions to it as well. Bless you, Martin. So, with a few important additions that is going to make a world of difference to you. But before I do it, what I want to do is hear from some of you guys, and I want to hear the results that some of you have been having in the space of the last couple of weeks. So I've got 3 screens full of people I've got to flick through right now. So Simon, if I miss anyone important, I need you to tell me, don't forget to ask, because these screens change as I'm talking through. But I'm going to go through as I see the people on the top here. So Malcolm Harris. Malcolm, you're the first person at the top that I can see who I know is getting a result. So can you tell people when you got started with the Winner Circle, first of all? What date?
The 11th. So it's about
11th. Okay. So that means you've had 15 trading days. In 15 trading days, how much profit have you made?
I started off with £915 in there. I've profited. I've got 735 thereabouts.
Fabulous. Okay, I'm going to keep these really short because I'm going to have a ton of people to ask. Thank you, Malcolm. Okay, next person I can see is Tez Clark. So I know you started on the 11th as well, Tez. So 15 trading days. How much profit in 15 trading days?
My profit was roughly round about £530, something like that.
£530. Okay, in 15 trading days. Fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go just above you. I can see Sab. Sab, you got started round about the same time. Now you had a couple of challenges with it, but how have you done in that space of time?
Yeah, I had a couple of challenges, so I was sort of dipped my toe in. I started with 500, and I'm just under 700 now. So
fabulous.
That's
all we need to hear. It means that
I'm going to be expanding that to 1,000, so that.
Yep, and it means that your expenses
going.
are covered. So happy days for us.
Yeah.
So let me move on. Okay, next person I can see is Tony Poyser. Tony, how are you, Tony?
Thanks, Roger.
Tony, same question. You started on the 11th, so you've done 15 days. How much profit have you made in that space of time?
It's just over £550.
Just over fantastic. Thank you for that. Okay, going to keep on moving. Angela Dalton. Now, you really only got started with us properly with these signals a couple of days ago. How much have you made in that time?
Yeah, I started on Tuesday, I think, of last week.
Yeah.
And one of those days was Thanksgiving, and then only a half a day on Friday. But I made £114 in those few days.
Fabulous, thank you. That's really important to mention that, this week's been a quiet week for us because it was Thanksgiving. It really meant that this was only half a week for us, but we still had people making money in half a week. Next person I want to speak to is Martin. Now that you stop sneezing, mate. Martin, how much have you made in the time that you've been with us?
I put £200 in.
Yeah.
And as you know, I've had problems with the account. I've been trying to change accounts, which I need to talk about.
Okay.
I've made £40 already. So
you've made £40. So that's
yeah.
So £40 on 200, yeah, 20%, and you had problems trying to sort the account out. So
and I've still got to sort the account out. So
right, so it's moving in the right direction. Those are the things
definitely,
we really need to see. That's the important thing. Fabulous. Okay, going to keep on moving, and I can see Brian Belton. Brian, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, mate. Good.
Brian, how have you done with it?
So I started on the 11th.
Yeah.
2 seconds. Pause TV. And I made with 48 trades, 1 loss, over £1,000.
How did you make a loss?
I closed it at the wrong time. Yes.
So you made how much money though?
Over 1,000.
Over £1,000.
Just to emphasise, that was on a demo account.
Okay, that's no problem. The fact is, testing it, proving the system. That's all that counts. Thank you for that, mate. Okay, next person I want to go to is over in Denmark. Daughter, how are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm doing very, very well, thank you, as you can see. Daughter,
how
have you been doing with us?
Yeah, I've been doing very, very great. I started the 11th of November, this 15 days, and I have a profit on 1,485 US dollar.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Thank you very, very much. Okay, I'm going to speak to Cello.
Yeah.
Cello, you're unmuted. How you doing, mate?
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. So you sent me your figures through just a few minutes ago, so they should be fresh on top of your head. How much have you made in the last couple of weeks?
Is it 409? Sorry?
Well, that's what you told me, so I'm going to take your word for it.
Right, yeah. Okay.
£409 profit. Thank you very, very much. Okay, I can also see Stevie Castle. Stevie, you've had a great time these last couple of weeks. How's it gone for you? Oh, he's still driving. Stevie, can you tell us how much you've made?
It's been going great. Just made under £500. So
Fabulous. Fabulous. Okay, I'm not gonna pester you because you're driving, so I'll let you carry on. Okay, so that's Stevie. Okay, we have a gentleman on the phone with us who I spoke to the other day called Eshiman. Eshiman, can you put your camera on for a second, please? Okay. I can't get Eshiman's, I can't unmute him, and I can't get to see his camera. Eshiman's story I really wanted to get to you guys because, oh, hang on, he's unmuted. No, he's not. No. Eshiman came on to us on Wednesday for the testimony because Eshiman actually only joined us on Monday of this week. Bearing in mind what Angela said, we've had a short week, and Eshiman's, I can see him. I can see him. Can you unmute yourself, please, Eshiman? We can't hear you. You need to unmute yourself.
There.
Is he okay?
That's it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Eshiman, you tell us your story. How have you done since Monday?
Yes, actually, I joined on the 22nd. That's last Friday.
Okay, right. But Monday was the first day you got the signals coming through, yes?
Yes, exactly. So, yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah, but I put in quite a bit of money. So, but I've done oh, let me take the figure because somebody is talking here. So,
okay.
Yes, give me a minute. Right. So basically, I've done 15 trades so far.
Yep.
Yes, and I've done I've got £2,230 as profit.
Fabulous, fabulous.
Yes.
Thank you very, very much for that. £2,230, and that was a short week, guys. That was only 3 trading days, really, because we only got 2 trades on Saturday, on Thursday. Sorry, Thursday rather. Right. So, going to keep on moving, and I can see Jean. So, from Scotland, Jean, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Roger.
Jean, you've been with us now for 2 weeks in total.
Yeah, that's right. Just live since last
Okay.
Sunday.
Yeah. So in the space of 10 days of trading, 1 week on a demo, 1 week on a live account, but give me the figure for the total, please. How many trades have you done? How much money have you made?
The first week I did 10 trades in the demo.
Yeah.
And that was over 4 days, and that was £210 profit.
Yeah.
And the second week, that was live, and I did 8 trades on the second week. So I think I only traded for 4 days, and I made £179 profit.
So the money in total was what, 389, was it?
Yep, sorry, I should have totaled that. 389.
£389. Fantastic. Okay. I'm going to keep on moving, and I can see Adrian Webb. Adrian, if anyone ever has accurate records, this is the man to have accurate records. Adrian, just real quickly, just give us the pounds total since you got started.
Well, excuse me, I've done 31 trades over the past 3 weeks.
Yeah.
With the word circle, and I made £229, which is just under about £8-9 a trade. And my target is about £8 a trade based on my lot size.
Fabulous.
So I'm bang on target for the my lot sizes.
Fabulous.
So
thank you for that. Okay, and gonna keep on going. There's a ton of these guys, but this is because we've got real results. So I can see Stephen Ball. Steve, can you put your camera on first, please, mate? I can hear you, so I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Second row down, in the middle.
Not on my screen, he's not, but I can see him. He's unmuted. So, Steve, can you hear me? Right, not getting anything back from Steve. So, again, Simon, you actually had. I'm going to let you give Steve's result if you can, please, because I sent you Steve's figures across, and as we can't get hold of Steve, can you just read it from the list that I had when you find that? Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to see who else I can see that has given us some results. that we can share out. So taking a quick look through. 1 million people with no cameras on. There's a lot of shy people on this list.
Yeah, put your cameras on, guys. That makes it a lot easier for us.
So we're up to 66 people on this call right now. Okay.
Rog, with all the people on here, I can't find Steve. It's like trying to look for a needle on the moon.
I know that Steve's figure was somewhere around £935 profit, and I know that Leslie, his partner, was somewhere around £984. Guys, I'm going to stop at that. I think you're getting the message right now. We have tons and tons and tons of people making money.
You're muted, Rog. We can't hear you.
No, I'm not.
No, that's better. Couldn't hear you then.
Don't know what happened then. I wasn't muted. But we've got tons and tons of people that are actually making money. Now, we've told you in the past, we've been parts of deals where we've turned around and talked all about potential. This is nothing to do with potential. This is real people making real money right now. Money going in people's pockets. So I think we've managed to establish that the winner's circle is working. We started off with an idea that Simon and I had, and we've sort of took it on, and it all of a sudden, as soon as people started to make money out of it, I started sharing my results. Other people came on board. They started sharing their results. You can see the results from the number of people that we've got on here, and you've heard some of the numbers. And guys, honestly, when I ask people in that group if you can send us results through, it's for your benefit. It's to your benefit to send those results for us, because we can tell more people about this for you, and we can build better stories for you. So again, less than half of you have actually sent the results into us. If you can send those results in, I will compile a list, like as long as your arm, of testimonials that you can send out, because I've got a ton of people right now who I'm all talking to at the same time about actually signing up with IML. And what I'm doing is I'm just sending them a list of testimonials. I'm sending a list of all the results that all these guys are getting. And I'm not doing any more talking at that point. I'm just saying, just make your mind up. It's like, it's there for you in black and white. Make your mind up. And people are signing up. I've got people who are going to be listening to this call tomorrow because they don't speak English, so they can't follow it right now. So they're waiting for it to go on YouTube so they can actually print off a transcript and then put it through Google Translate so that they can then see what was heard. Because this is going around the world. This is something that is starting to go viral. And we know that viral means hundreds of millions of people. And right now, we're just 5 dozen people on this call right now. But honestly, we are growing like crazy. And I will not be at all surprised if by the time we do this again, at the end of September, we won't have enough room on the call to get everybody on. And that absolutely blows me away. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you the presentation that we originally set up.
Can I just tell one story before you say that?
Yeah, you do that.
We've got a lady on a call from India, and she had her very, very first Zoom today. She's been involved for a few days. She had her first Zoom. I'd rather me tell you about it. Let's see if we can unmute Simran.
Okay, let me just.
She was there. I did see her. Early hours in the morning for her.
I'm looking for names so you can see it. So,
Simanjeet. I did see it just a second.
There we go.
Can you put your camera on, please?
My internet is not very well working. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just tell everybody how your very, very first Zoom went today.
Oh, awesome. We had our first Zoom today, and we had 62 people on the call from all corners of India, trying to understand the opportunity and how much they can make with it. I just shared my results. I've been sharing my Thursday and Friday results with people, and they're crazy about it. They all want to use the system, and we are very excited.
Good girl. Well done. Well done. And how many people are you going for by the end of this month in your team?
Not less than 250.
Not less than how much?
250.
That's what I thought you said. Well done. Good girl. Well done. Over to you, Roger.
All right. Okay, guys. So it's just going to share screens and 2 seconds. Let's just take that back and here we go. Right, if everyone can see that, I'm going to start it as a slideshow. So can everyone see that?
Yep.
Okay, so that's our track record to date. Simon and I first started to trade our first signals. We didn't call it the winner's circle, but the first idea when we decided to start working together and do these trades was on the 31st of October. And from that day to this, we've placed 90 trades, and out of 90 trades, we've won 90 trades, and we haven't lost a single trade. Here's the thing that we found when it comes to getting started trading, because every single one of us on here has been involved in trading to some degree. Some of you may not have been beforehand, but we're all getting started. It's not as easy as it looks in the first instance. No matter what we told people about how simple it is to follow, it's just not quite that simple. IM made it easier for us, but although IM's made it easier for us, there's still a ton of stuff to deal with. And as I said, we literally got information overload because we have so many signals coming from different directions that they're absolutely mind-blowing. And some of those signals are confusing as well, because some signals are what we used to consider to be full sets of trading instructions with everything that you needed to place a trade, and others just only had the barest of information, and it just said new trade idea, and that was it. And it was confusing. And when it came to the stop losses, this was the bit that killed me. The stop losses can kill your account. Now, for people who are brand new to this, you're going to hear some complete total disclosure on this that people might not tell you on other calls. When I first started trading with IM, my balance that I had in my trading account was just a few quid short of £5,000. And I was trading following the signals, and I was told we have these fabulous traders, and they don't trade with stop losses, they do this, they do that, follow the leaders, they know exactly what you're doing. And I followed them to the letter, and a very, very short space of time, I saw this. I saw lots and lots of blue trades that were coming through, which were all red, and I saw lots of losses, things like this. Trades on GBP, JPY lost £540, £584, £405. Then I was seeing some wins. Oh, I got 75p there, happy days. And I got 25 quid there, and then I lost 16, and then I lost £1, and then I won £3. And it was up and down. My wins and losses were crazy. But the one that hurt me, the one that really bugged me, was this one here. Because this one here was a trade that Brandon sent out just over 4 weeks ago. And it was the US dollar to the Mexican peso. And Brandon said, this one's a cert, must go on into this. I copied and pasted it precisely as it was sent to me. And I was in it in a heartbeat, and it hit the stop loss. And about 5 minutes after it hit the stop loss, Brandon sent a message out that said, USD Mexicans hit take profit. Well, hang on a minute, mine's just hit stop loss. I've just lost 42 quid on it. How can it have done that? And then Jordan sent a message out saying, some brokers reported that it hit stop loss. And I thought, well, what do you mean some brokers? Because it's either a take profit or it's a stop loss. If it hits a stop loss, it must hit it for everybody, mustn't it? But no, it doesn't, because the brokers make the rules. And here's the thing about the rules. All the information that we have about risk management comes either directly or indirectly from brokers. So they tell you, don't trade at too high a level, only trade at 1/20th of your trading account. because that minimizes their losses. Because if you're only trading at 1/20th of your account, you can't win too much on each individual trade. And they also say you must always use a stop loss, but that guarantees their profit, because we know that these trades go up and down in waves. And whilst it can go up and up and up, it can flash down for a second, and it only takes a microsecond to hit your stop loss, and you're out of the trade and you've lost your money. And you've told the broker how much you're prepared to lose because you've put a stop loss in. It's a bit like going to a casino and playing blackjack, but you go up to the croupier and you say, here are my cards, what do you think I should do? But we all do it. We all actually accept it. So Simon and I decided we weren't going to play that game anymore. We said we weren't going to take any more stop losses at all. And it was the idea of never accepting a loss again that was just got us started. And I've got to be honest with you, when we said it, we thought, this is going to be controversial. A lot of people are going to hate this. But that's the result. 90 trades, 90 wins, no losses. And Simon Kendrick asked for a testimonial to go on his page about an hour or so ago. And I put on, and I've kept my records meticulously. I have a spreadsheet of every single trade that I made. I've got the entry price, I've got the close price, I've got the spread and how much I made on it. And I've made £3,806 profit on an account that had just less than 1,800 quid on it in 4 weeks. When Simon and I decided we were going to start doing this, what we said we'd do is we compare notes when it came to making these trades. So we decided every time we saw a trade alert come through, we'd phone each other and we'd compare notes and see what you think about it. And if we thought, if we disagreed with anything, we just said we wouldn't do it. So if Simon thought it was going to be a winner and I said it wasn't, we wouldn't do it. And if I thought it was going to be a winner and Simon said, I'm not sure, we wouldn't do it. And we took a really conscious decision to look for reasons to reject a trade, because we get so many trade alerts coming through. We wanted to be 100% certain that the trade that we were going to place was going to be a winner, because if we were not going to put a stop loss on it, we've got to be safe. So we started with the trading plan. And the first plan that we had in the first instance was I said to Simon, how much money do you want to make in the next week trading? And Simon said to me, I want to make £2,000. And I said, okay, well, if I make £1,000, I'm going to be happy with that. So we compared lot sizes and we said, right, so this is the target then. You want to make 2,000, I want to make 1,000. For me to make my £1,000, I've got to make £200 a day. How many trades a day do we think we're likely to place? We said, I don't know, 4 or 5. I said, okay, so let's say it's 5. Yeah. So £200 divided by 5, I need to make £40 on every trade that we make. That was the plan, and that's what started with it. So we've now got a plan for a total amount, and we've got profit per trade. The other thing was not to overcommit our accounts, because if you're never going to take a stop loss, if you're not going to take any stop losses at all, you need to make sure that you don't overcommit your account. Now, technical term for it's called drawdown, and I hate technical terms. I don't like using technical language, and you're not going to hear a lot of technical language on here because a lot of brand new people don't understand it, but I need to explain this. This was my last week of trading before we changed this strategy. And you can see the trades there, so you can see £61 loss, £31 loss, £10 loss, £8 profit, £3 profit, £389 loss. That was how it was going for me. The way the week went, 13 trades, 8 wins of £189, 5 losses of £535. My loss for the week, £346. The drawdown, which is the percentage, the loss compared as a percentage of my account, was 16.14%. If I carried on trading like that, I will be wiped out completely in 6 weeks' time. So we said we're not going to do it. But with no stop losses, you can't afford to take every single trade. And if we've got 30 trades a day coming through and we went into every one of them and we just thought we'll go in and wait for every one of them to come through, we'd be bankrupt. Because what would happen is some trades would win, Some trades would go into the red and we wait for them to come back, but eventually the brokers would say, if these all continue this way, you won't be able to pay us, so we're going to take you out of the trade right now, and they take all of our money. So we can't afford to do that. So the rule that we decided was we'd never have more than 5 trades running at any one time. Now, right at the moment, as we started this weekend, we'd closed 3 trades around. We've got 2 trades that are left running over the weekend that are in the red. And I'm not scared of trades that run in the red right at this moment in time, even when they run quite deeply into the red, because trades, as I say, go up and down in waves. They always go up, they always come down. We're just waiting for the profit. So right now, even though I've got a couple of trades in red, as far as I'm concerned, that's just profit waiting to be claimed. Looks like a loss at the moment, but by the time I close it, it's going to be profit. Now, if a trade is in profit, but it's only moving slowly, if that incline's really, really slow and it's not taking off, just take a small profit on it and get out of it, and we'll find another one that's moving quicker. So what we decided to do, the plan was to create a WhatsApp group, and you guys are all part of it now, the winner's circle, or the winning circle. Simon and I will still review every single trade, and that's what we said to these guys who were on this call originally 4 weeks ago. We'll review every single trade. We'll send the signals to you, and we'll put some very simple guidelines that you can follow. And we wanted everything to be simple because we're network marketers rather than traders, really. But we wanted everyone to understand this. One of the main rules in network marketing is duplication. Make your business duplicable. That's what this is. And this is as simple that if you can send a text message, you can be a trader. You don't need any experience. If you can handle a phone and send a text message, you can be a trader. Because to send a text message, what you've got to do is open your phone, you go into your phone book, you pick the name of the person you want to send the message to, click their name, type in the message and click send. Well, if you want to trade, all you've got to do is open MT4, and if you're brand new and you don't have it on yet, then don't worry about it. The person who told you about this will put it on for you or tell you how to put it on. But once you open MT4, you just select the pair, and you click either buy or sell. Only one button. There's no typing. You don't even have to send a message. It's this simple. So the signals that we send, the first thing you should know about the signals that we send is we will only send signals that Simon and I are prepared to put our own money into. And we put bigger lot sizes on than the majority of the people that are on here, because we started a few weeks ago, we've built our accounts up, we've got more money in our accounts right now. That means pro rata, you may think that you only got a small amount of money into this, but whatever you're trading is a large amount for you. Well, ours is exactly the same pro rata to scale. Yeah. So we're in it as deeply as you are. Now, when we send your alert out, it's going to look like this. It'll say new trade alert, buy USD CHF. No TP means no take profit, no stop loss. You don't have to put any numbers. You just wait for the profit using the chart. And I'm going to show you the chart in a second, but the profit will come. If it's a sell, then it'll say new trade idea, sell Audi GPY. And then again, no take profit, no stop loss. Just wait for the profit using the chart. It'll come. So how you actually place a trade is this simple. Like I said, you open MT4, which is a bit like opening your address book in your phone. You choose a pair. Trades are all placed in pairs, and you can see there it says Euro AUD or Euro CAD, and I'm going to tell you what they are when I send the message. You just go to that, select the pair, add the pair, press hold until a drop-down menu comes up, and then you press trade. Once you get that, you press either buy or sell according to the signal that you want, and then you just wait for the profit margin. Simple as that. Now, how much should you be trading with? Well, we came up with this chart. So if you're starting with a balance of £200, which is the $200 is the minimum that most brokers will accept. There are one or two that will accept $100, but to be honest with you, I'd go with at least 200. But if you start with $200, then we're suggesting a lot size of 0.05. Now that's bigger than the brokers would tell you that you should trade with. But then again, they don't want to pay you much money. So we're going with a slightly bigger lot size. But what we're saying is, on the basis of doing 5 trades in a day, if you're going to make £20 a day, you need a target of £4 profit. So when you see that trade hit £4, take it. And if it's moving slowly, if it's taken a couple of hours to get to £2, take £2 and we'll get you into a different trade, but take it. Yeah. And as your lot size gets bigger, you increase. So first of all, as your balance gets to £300, you can put your lot size up to 0.08. As it gets to £4, you can get it up to 0.1. And so it will grow. And I'm going to show you how that's going to work very shortly. So as far as that's concerned, the first thing I would say is use that chart and stay consistent with your lot size. Be really careful with the lot sizes. Don't put different amounts on different trades. Don't think, I like this trade better than another one. Just stick with the same thing all the time. Said before, never have more than 5 trades run at the same time. Never close a trade that's losing money. And don't worry if a trade runs overnight, because some of the trades that we place, we expect to run overnight. Our trades are a mixture. People have asked me about what strategy do we have, and I don't like using the words strategy or anything else. We don't plan on one specific type of trade. We will take the trades that we think work and are going to look good. Some of these are what are known as scalping trades, and I said I don't like using jargon, but I've got to go to a little bit. A scalping trade is where you expect to go in, take your profit quickly, so it's a bit like an Indian taking a scalp quickly and get out. Some trades are day trades where we expect it to be taking a day before it's going to come into profit properly, but it's going to work for you. So when those signals come through, just stick into it, and if it runs overnight, don't worry about it. Remember I said they go up and down. If you look at this wave on this graph here, you can see it going up and down. Every trade does this. They go up and down. Every currency on the planet goes up and down in that cycle. That's why this works. Now, once you've actually placed the trade, you're just going to wait for the trade to hit profit. Now, if you don't have time to watch that chart all day long, don't worry about it, because as far as the trade's concerned, if you see it, you just close it manually. And closing it manually is as simple as this. All that you need to do is select the winning trade from your list. You press it and hold it, click close with profit, and wait for the next signal. Now, if you don't have time to watch it, as I said, the trades are actually time sensitive. But if you don't have time to watch it, then what we'll do is I will send you, because I'm watching them and Simon's watching them as well. As soon as I close the trade, I'll send another message to the group. And the message says, I've just closed AUDJPY in profit. If you're happy with what you see, take it. So you can actually take these trades right now and then carry on with your everyday job. If you happen to be a cab driver, or if you work in a shop or whatever, there'll just be another message. Your phone will ping for a second, and the next opportunity you get, have a quick look. If you see it in profit, click close and take the profit. And if you miss that message, and if you miss it and it goes back to red, just wait for it to come back to blue again, because it will come back to blue, because they go up and down. So it's not a problem. So as I said, some of these trades are obviously time sensitive. The fact that we have day trades as well as some scalping trades means that if you see a trade and you see a message and you're seeing it 5 hours after I've sent it, send me a quick message and just say, is it okay to still go into this one? And I'll give you a quick yes or no. I don't have time for long conversations, but I will very quickly say, yes, that's okay, or no, it's gone. But the key to this is to make small, consistent profits. And the key word for that one is consistent. Don't be tempted to hold out for more money. If you see a trade that races up to its profit really quickly, take it. Don't think, I'll hold on because it might make more, because we've done it. Simon's done it. I've done it. Other people on this call. There'll be a lot of people chuckling to themselves right now thinking, yeah, I've done that. I've waited for it and it's gone back again. As soon as you see your money, take it. Yeah. The other thing is, do not place the same trade more than once. And I've seen people do this as well. Don't turn around and think, I've made a lot of money out of this quickly. I'll take that one and I'll go back in it and I'll do it again. Just, it can change in a heartbeat and you can lose money. So take your profit once, don't be greedy, wait for the next trade after that. Keep your lot sizes consistent, but keep your lot sizes appropriate to your account. And that chart that I just put up, I put that chart into the WhatsApp group every Monday because new people who come to the group can't see what was there before. So I put it in every Monday. As soon as you see that chart, save it to your phone, and that way you can always refer back to that. Again, don't take too many trades. And again, I've had conversations with people who are on the call tonight who have taken too many trades and they're sweating a little bit right now because they've got 8 and 9 trades on and more than 2 or 3 of them are running in red and they're getting a little bit panicky, and I can understand them. Don't do it. Stick to 5 trades. Got to tell you this because this was a huge, I couldn't believe this, but we started to get profit with this and we started to get consistent results when we started sharing them. And a lot of you guys saw me sharing 10 trades in a row without losing, 20 trades in a row, 30, 40, 50 trades in a row. A couple of weeks ago on Wednesday, before we did the Zoom, I got a message from Brandon and he said, "What the hell are you guys doing?" I said, "What do you mean?" And I knew exactly what he was talking about. He said, "You're not losing any." He said, "I'm really good at this and I don't lose many trades, but I don't win all of them. What are you doing?" So I told him what we were doing. And I've got to be honest with you, I thought, here it comes now. He's going to say to me, "Don't tell people to overcommit on lot sizes. Don't tell them not to take stop losses." What happened was he started laughing and he said, "That's really funny because I used to do the same thing and I seem to go away from it and stop doing it." And I thought, wow, why would you go away from it? If you were doing that and it was working, why would you do it? So that's Wednesday. By the weekend, he came back onto me again and he said, "I've been doing this again with what you're doing and it works." I said, "Well, I know it works, mate. I'm up to 70 now and I haven't lost one, so I know it works." He said, "Well, do you have any rules with this?" And I sent him these rules that you can see in front of you. And I said, "I tell people no more than 5 trades, take the profit as soon as you see it, don't be greedy, just get in, get out, take your money, let it grow, compound it." He said, "That's fantastic." He said, "I'll tell you now, I am making these my rules from now on. This is how I will trade my personal account." He said, "I won't steal your glory and I won't put this out to the group, so we're not going to tell anybody that this is my idea or yours, but I will tell you now and I will be your testimonial. This is how I trade." And I thought, that's incredible because it's only about 2 months since Simon and I were doing a Zoom and Simon said to Brandon, "How much money do you make?" And Brandon told us he made $384,000 a month trading. And a guy who makes nearly 100 grand a week tells us he can make more money by trading our way. That absolutely and utterly blew me away. So this is about consistency. So follow these rules, but the last thing on that list there is you do need to hold your nerve. And I get messages every day from people who say, right now, CADJPY, we've been in it for nearly a week and they're going like, it's looking, I don't like this. Are you sure it's going to come back? Yes, I'm sure it's going to come back. Brandon said the same thing to me. It will come back. One other thing that I haven't added onto this slide, but Brandon confirmed it with me as well. These trades that we send out are only Forex trades. We do not take trades on indices. We do not take trades on metals. No gold, absolutely, definitely no gold. We do not take trades on crypto. These are only Forex trades, they're only currency trades, because the reason it works is that the currencies go up and down in a predictable manner. The others are not predictable, so we don't do it. So a couple of important things, and then we'll get on with it. If a day seems quiet, it's because Simon and I don't like the looks of those trades. Thursday and Friday was quiet. There were signals coming out. The phones were beeping. There were signals coming out, but we weren't happy with them and we wouldn't take them. And said to you before, we won't send signals just because it's quiet. That's not going to happen. We'll wait for the signals that are right ones. But equally, we won't send you a signal that we're not prepared to put our own money into. So if we look at a signal and we think, well, I'm not doing it, well, why would we send it to you? That's really not playing the game. And I've got to be honest with you, when we first started sending these signals out, the first day that we sent signals to this group, frankly, I was nearly wetting myself because I was scared to death that we were going to get this wrong and we were going to call some wrong. But you've just heard all those people tell me we haven't been calling them wrong. What we're looking for is consistent profits, no losses, and predictable growth. And if you can stick with that, every single one of us can make money. Please do not try to reinvent the wheel. And I found this picture and I loved it because I thought that'd work as a wheel, but it's going to slow you down. And I don't want to slow you down. We want you to get you into profit as quickly as possible. And that's what we're doing right now. The very last thing that you need to do after you do that is to share your results. Share them often and share them absolutely everywhere. Simon has been sharing his results, not so much on Facebook and not so much on Messenger or on Instagram. He's been sharing them with the world on WhatsApp. And he actually has me in his prospects list as well. He did it on purpose so that I actually see what's going through, so that I can see what he's doing and I can copy what he's doing. I see how many times he sends his messages out to his prospects, and I see every word that he sends out. But you have all seen the results. 8 people today, because he shares those results every day. And he shares your results as well. And that's why we need you guys telling us your results, because we can turn around and say, look, it's not just me, it's all these other people. Right now, at the end of this call, I'm going to give you the most awesome tool you can have to build your business for the next 30 days. It's going to be a recording of this call with a ton of testimonials right at the beginning of it. And if you weren't on that call at the beginning, if you hadn't given us your details, then you missed an opportunity, because all those guys at the beginning who got to say they were making money, they can actually turn around and say, look, you can watch me on this video and a bunch of other people as well. But we're going to do this call at the end of every month. So at the end of every month, make sure that your story's there and I can call your name out and you can be on it, because it will make a world of difference to you. So that was the presentation that we put out 4 weeks ago. Now, when we put it out 4 weeks ago, we said we were only going to do that for people who'd actually were on subscription and had joined the Winner's Circle. And on that day, we had 43 people in the Winner's Circle. Simon, do you know how many people we've got in it today?
I think it's over 70, I think. I'm not 100% sure.
I think it's closer to 80, I think, at the moment.
Could be.
It's going on at a hell of a rate. It's almost doubling. And the reactions this last week has been insane. And I'll tell you now, the same thing will happen again at the end of this month. In the week between Christmas and New Year, when everyone's got past Christmas and they've got the holiday heads have gone, and now they're thinking, we've got all these credit cards to pay for. They're going to start looking for a way to make money. And as we're sharing this with millions of people, and you should be sharing it with millions of people, then we will have a boatload of people wanting to join us to get ready on the 2nd of January to get racing away. Make sure you have your story as part of that. But right now, I'm going to show you, and we shared this with the people who were at Simon's house on Wednesday, and we're going to show you how to make £5,000 a week with a $200 or a £200 account by Easter 2020. Starting with £200, assuming you're starting tomorrow, and it's compounding. And we've all heard this quote before, but I had to put the slide up because I just love it. Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. And it was said by Albert Einstein. And you'll be a brave man to try to argue with one of the most intelligent men the planet's ever seen. So let's show you how this works. So I need to drag this out of my way on my screen because it's just blocking what I can see. So I'm going to start with, we're going to go through the list through down the number of weeks at the side here. And we're going to start with week 1. You start with a balance of £200. Now, according to the chart that I gave you before, you will actually have a lot size of 0.05. So that means you're looking to make £20 per day. That's £100 a week. So by the end of the first week, you've now got £300 to start trading with. So we're going to compound that. And in week 2, we're actually going to go so that week 2, we will have £300. You're going to trade at 0.08. You're going to make £150. I'm not going to tell you line by line, but you can see by week 3, week 4, by week 4, your £200 will have turned into £1,000. And I didn't get the opportunity to call Terry out on the call right now, but we have Terry Clark on this call. And I was talking to Terry yesterday, and I sent Simon the message and said, Terry started 4 weeks ago with £200. He's now got £1,000 in his trading accounts 4 weeks ago. So the numbers pan out. So by week 5, if you were starting this today, that means you start with £200 today. By New Year's Day, you'd have £1,000 in your trading accounts. And when it comes to Christmas, the Forex market still continues working, because the reality of it is it's a global thing, and not everywhere has the same holidays as we do. In fact, the Forex market will close for 2 days. It will close on Christmas Day, and it will close on New Year's Day. But apart from that, it's going to be open. So we'll continue making money. How many trades we're going to send you with that depends on how many glasses of wine we have and everything else over the Christmas break. And trust me, I am going to be having a Christmas break. So don't expect a huge amount on Boxing Day, but nonetheless, trades will still come through. So we will go into the new year then, and you'll be starting with 1,500 quid. By the end of February, you'd be expecting your £200 to turn into £5,000. But look what happens in the next few weeks, because by now you're trading at 1.25, and instead of looking to make £100 a week, you're looking to make £500 a day. And my trade size, my lot size now, that's what I'm looking for this week. And a couple of weeks ago, my account that had started at £5,000 and had whittled down to 1,800 quid, and I was panicking about it, I'm now back over that £5,000, and I'm making my money that I want to be making. So next week I'm looking for £2,500 a week. That's 10 grand a month. Next week it goes up again, and I'm now looking then for £4,000, and the week after that it goes up, and I'm looking for £7,500. By week 12. You're going to have a balance of £19,000. I am suggesting all the way along this line that you leave this money in. You do not touch this. Don't get to the end of January and think, right, I've got £5,000 in here, I'll take half out and then keep going, because you set yourself back when you do that. Here's the plan that Simon and I have. I am going to leave this in until by the time we get to the end of week 13. By the time we get to the end of week 13, I will have £42,500 in my trading account, assuming we hit our profit targets each week, and so far we have done. And at that point, I'm going to take £5,000 out. But at that point, I can start taking out £5,000 every week, because look at this. At 42 grand, I'm going to be trading by now with a lot size of 8.5. I'm going to be looking for £3,500 a day in profit on my 5 trades, because my lot size will be generating so much more per individual trade. That'll make me 17.5 grand for the week. I'll take £5,000 out, but my account's still gone up. So the next week, in fact, I'll be trading with 55,000. My lot size will go to 10.0. Simon will have got there way quicker than that, because he just can't wait to get to 10.0. Yeah. And look what happens. And I'll tell you now, if you projected that and you took that further, you'd be talking telephone numbers on there. And I've done it, and I'm scared to show you the numbers. So I want to keep this realistic. So, but those numbers are perfectly realistic. Now, when I did this presentation in Simon's house on Wednesday, I had a live audience in front of me. And Sab, thanks Sab. Sab said, yeah, but what happens if? So I told him to shut up and wait till I finish, because I'd actually got a contingency for this. All of this assumes that we do 4 trades a day and we hit our profit margins. Well, last week was a rubbish week. We didn't do 20 trades last week. In fact, we didn't do 20 trades the week before. But here's the deal. If we did 4 a day and we hit those targets, then it would take us, if you started this week, it would take us until the 13th of March to actually withdraw £5 a week. But Easter isn't until a month after that. So I've allowed 4 extra weeks, which means you could actually hit your money before Easter if we hit those targets. But if we don't hit those targets, let me just go back a little bit. Because if we have a bad week, let's say we had 3 bad weeks here, and by week 7, you actually only had the money for week 3, and it was that bad. The fact is, 3 weeks further on, 3 weeks at the end makes a huge difference in money, because it's the end weeks where you make the big money. So in fact, a couple of weeks slow at the beginning won't make any difference to the end date. One way or another, if you start this at £200 today, I am absolutely confident that you will have £5,000 a week by Easter, not by the 13th of March, but by Easter, which is 2nd week of April. So that gives me something that I think absolutely everyone could be hyper excited with. I'm going to stop sharing my screen in a second. I'll say to you right now, if you think that's good, this next bit will absolutely blow you away, because you will be absolutely insane if you paid your subscriptions. You'd be absolutely nutty, and I'm going to stop sharing. And the reason you'd be nutty is because paying your subscriptions is costing you $130 every single, sorry, $160 every single month. Well, why would you do that if all you've got to do is find 2 people? What happens if you find 2 people and your subscription is free, and you then put $165 into your trading account every month and you compound it? Well, we've done presentations in the past where we've shown the compound calculator and we've shown the benefits of compound interest. Some of you guys have seen it, some of you guys haven't seen it, but Simon and I did some more calculations. So I'm going to just share my screen again, and this time I'm going to do this. When I was doing it live, I had a bunch of people do this on their phones, but as I'm not doing it in front of you in the same room as you, I'm going to do this here. So I'm going to go to the calculatorsite.com. See the URL here, the calculatorsite.com, and it says finance calculators compound interest calculator. And I want you guys to see this. Someone, Simon, can you see who's got their phone unmuted there? Oh,
yeah, he's just muted.
Okay, right. So this is the calculatorsite.com, and if you've never seen it, this is an absolutely mind-blowing tool. And I'm going to put these numbers. What should I do, Simon? Should I do it in pounds sterling, or should I leave it in dollars?
Let's do it in pounds, just so they get an idea.
Okay, so we're going to do it in pounds. So in terms of pounds monthly, then I'm going to assume that you don't put any money into your trading accounts to start off with. If you just use your $165 is about £130. So I'm going to assume that you're just going to use your £130 subscription to put into this. And I want this set to months because I'm going to do this over just 12 months. In terms of interest rate that we're going to use, the average, Sam and I have been taking the figures from you guys for the last couple of weeks of how much you've made each week, and we've divided it out to see what's the average growth on a fund per week. And the average seems to be coming out round about the 30% mark for most people. If you look at my figures, on my £1,800 in 1 month, it's gone from £1,800 to a little short of 6,000 now. I've made £3,800 in total. I've made well more than 200% profit anyway. But I want to do this on that 30%. So that's let's say 120% profit for the month, yeah, which is substantially less than I've done. And the thing is, the second week, you actually make more money in relation to what you initially put in because you're compounding. So every week, your results get bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm just going to work on 30% per week growth. But most of you will find that by the time your second week and your third week comes in, your results are going to be so much bigger than that. But I'm going to say 12 months, and I'm going to say you're going to make a deposit of £130. So that's your subscription. Find 2 people, your subscription's paid for you, put the £130 into your trading account. And then all we're going to do is we're going to calculate this. And I'm not going to increase it with inflation. I'm not going to do anything else. Needs a number in there. I'm going to put a big fat 0 in there as a number. So I'm going to put a 0 in. And this is what your account will look like in 12 months. In month 1, your £130 for your subscription. You'll earn £156 interest on it. You'll actually have £286. Look how much you will have in 12 months' time just by having your subscription paid for you. If you find 2 people so that you don't have to pay your subscription, your £130 a month will turn into £3 million. And that, I'm not talking about building a team there. I'm not talking about royalties. I'm not talking about any other sources of income. I'm talking about taking £130 a month, every month, the money that you would be giving to IML, but instead of giving it to IML, that 130 is £1,560. That's what you would have given them. Instead of doing that, you're just going to put this in and trade with it. Now, the fact is, I'm going to scroll back up. The fact is you do actually need $200 with most companies. And I'm going to use pounds here, but you do need 200 to start your accounts off with. So I'm going to put £200 in. And now I'm going to see what difference it makes. Because £200 at the beginning and then actually have your 130 a month will turn into £5.6 million in 12 months. And if you look at just how quickly you'd be earning that magical figure to get to, I said at £40,000, I'd start taking out my money. Just look at that. That's just insane. Why would you not find 2 people to share this business with? And the other thing is, of course, you've just heard everyone else on this at the beginning of this call tell you how much money they're making. For the first time in almost 2 years that Simon and I have been promoting businesses like this, I can say hand on heart to everyone on this call, I don't have any problem telling my family, my friends, my brother, my cousins, anybody about this business and telling them, you are mental if you don't do this. This will help you out of your financial problems. And I know there are people on this call right now that have got their children involved in this business. There are people on this call who've got their brothers, their sisters, that have got their cousins, their family, their friends. If you have someone that you really care about this, you've got to share this with them. Simon, I'm going hoarse, so I'm going to go back to you right now. Let you take it for a bit.
Folks, if that doesn't excite you, when Roger gets this out, it's actually recorded. this video will be possibly one of the best recruitment tools going. Now, the reason why I sponsored 8 people today was because I've done 2 Facebook Lives, one on, I can't remember which day it was, and another one on the consecutive day. And I've been bombarded with people. And I tell you now, I've got a stat, I think I've got all the 8 people that are actually on this Zoom right now. And the benefit is, I've never, in my 32 years, I've never been involved with a company with an opportunity with the product more important than the team building side. I know when we first spoke to Brandon about this, and he turned around and said, I said, how much money do you make trading? He said, $384,000 a month. And I nearly fell off my chair. And he said, but I do make 70,000 residual network marketing income. He said, I treat that as pocket money. And we went, what? Pocket money? That's a pretty nice chunk of pocket money. But the benefit you have with this is that if you folks can't find 2 people, that means you've not created your story right. So this is going to be, everybody that's on this Zoom are in my organization. So what I will say to you is every single one of you, if you are paranoid about doing a Facebook Live, then do one and interview me. And I'll come on your Facebook Live and I'll close your people for you. People need a reason for them to join. It's like, you know, I mean, I've got a lady on here, Jess, who actually joined seconds before this Zoom started. And she was panicking, saying, oh, I don't think I know what to do. I don't think I know what to do. We do have a team site, and it's called milliondolarsecrets.online. And it's all videoed. So you've got all the ways of how to set your account up, how to trade, what to do, how to do it, why to do it, and everything else. We've got a getting started email that we send out to every single person that joins. And it's a step-by-step process. We like to hold people by the hand, and we like to share with them exactly what they have to do. This is not like doing your pills, potions, lotions, tablets, and all the rest of it, where you just pop a pill in and you swallow it. But then look how much, imagine how many pills you've got to sell to make 5 million a year. Can't happen, folks. Cannot happen. At least with this, it's a different breed of animal. 7.7 billion people around the world are into money. And that's what we're selling. That's what we're offering. Don't confuse it. Don't get confused. But if you are in my team, well, every one of you are in my team, call me. I will give every single one of you my phone number. And I will do it here now. It's 079 73 79 73 79. Now, if you're international, we've got a lot of people around the world here. Go +44 7973 7973 79. Just rolls off the tongue. Feel free. If you're going to send me a WhatsApp, I need to know who you are. So just turn around and say, hi, it's Dave, you know, give us a call back. And I will always, my phobia has been in network marketing for 32 years is never, ever want to miss a call. So I always get back to people because it really annoys me if people don't get back to me. So that's my point. But this Wednesday, I will be having, if you're local to me in Formby, I'm having a meeting at my house on Wednesday where we're going to show this presentation. Brandon Boyd's going to do a presentation, which is going to be amazing. If you want to drag, kicking, screaming, shouting any of your contacts to that event at my house, feel free to do so. Let me know, because we need to know if we've got to get extra milk for the teas and coffees and everything else. So yeah, so that's going to be this Wednesday. Again, my house is open house. Does my wife mind? Well, no, she doesn't. She knows that's part of the business. because my wife has got a black belt in shopping, so she spends as much as she believes in me, and she believes in me big time. So that's all good. So we do it for other people. We love taking people from 0 to hero. And if you want to be one of those people, you want to do an interview on Facebook Live, reach out to me. Let's get it done.
Just tell people, Simon, when it comes to what you consider to be local, how far people travelled for last Wednesday's meeting? And how far people?
5.5 hours.
How far people are coming for this coming Wednesday?
Yeah, people come this Wednesday. We got people that come over from Rochdale. Dawn's on the line now. We've got people coming up from Birmingham. They come from all over the place. So do not think that you're on your own. Oh, I can't go. I can't. We always have a crowd of people come down from Blackpool, which is like an hour away. So don't think that you live too far away. If people want to see exactly how it works, drag them kicking, screaming, shouting, and all the rest of it. But with me, I know I do trading great. Last month it was a few pennies, just under 4,699. It's just a few pennies under 5,000. But it's like that to me is great. But my main focus is the network. Now we've got a convention that's coming up in February next year. They're expecting between 10 to 20,000 in attendance. Me and Roger and a few others, we've already booked our tickets. We've booked our accommodation. We're good to go. So we know we're going to be going. See, I've always said that you don't need good eyesight to have good vision. And if you can see in the distance where you want to go, then you know where you're going to go. It's the majority of people don't understand where they're going. Guess what? They're never going to get there. So my opinion is, take a leap of faith. We will hold you by the hand. We're not giving you the actual financial advice. We're not doing that. We're just giving you ideas. And it's up to you if you choose that you want to do it. Now, a lot of people take a look at this opportunity and say, oh, the subscription is $164.95. Yeah, most people make that in their first day with their trades. That's nothing. That is absolutely nothing. I've sponsored several people in the last 10 days that said, I don't care about the subscription. I just want to get the trades. And they know that they're making more money with the trades than what the subscription is. And we say the qualification is you've got to be on the trades. You've got to be on your subscription to be part of the trades. So that's how it goes. Roger, back to you.
So guys, I mean, you heard at the beginning, you heard people, we don't have to teach you guys about what the subscription talks about is worth and the value of it. You know the value of it because you're making the money. So if you're showing this to family and friends, then they need to know that it's value for money. But I showed you at the beginning of this call, I lost count. I can see 25 people on my screen, and I was flicking through different screens trying to find more and more people to tell you. Dozens upon dozens of people, all making more than that subscription, or certainly more than that in a week. Many of them making more than that in a day. Some of us making more than that. That's absolutely muted. So that's the subscriptions absolutely meaningless these days. It used to be an issue, really isn't an issue anymore. So we have one other event that we wanted to tell you about, and that's this. We've decided that in January, we're going to do the first leadership weekend of 2020. And Simon and I decided that we need to do, we're getting so many people that need to see this. The stories that we're going to have at that leadership weekend, what we're going to do is we're going to hold this at the same place that we always hold our events at the Mercure Hotel in Haydock. What's the date, Simon?
The date is the 17th and 18th of January.
Okay, 17th and 18th of January. And Simon's negotiated a package there with them. The leadership weekend is going to cost you £99. The £99 is going to include, sorry, that's the fast start, isn't it? The early bird. The early bird's £99. What did you say the package was for the full package? Was it?
Well, if you come along, the early bird price of £99 includes your accommodation in a 4-star hotel, your evening meal, your breakfast, and all your training. Everything. The only thing you will need money for is if you want to buy a glass of wine at dinner or a beer. That's what you need money for. So the early bird price up until the 15th of December is only £99 per person. If you and your partner want to book, then for the two of you, it's £150. That's for nothing, guys. You could not get a dirty weekend away for that. It's like, I'm not saying it's a dirty weekend, but what
you
I'm
never
saying,
told me it was that kind of party.
Yeah. And we get people flying from Europe, from all over the place who want to be there. Now, I know Simranjeet in India, I know she's not going to be flying over from India, and other people like massively from America and everything else. But people in the UK, if you want to get together face to face, now bearing in mind, this is going to be towards the end of January, you will be making money. Don't forget, when you book this event, it's tax deductible. So when you're trading, you need to mute that guy. So when you're trading, that should fund that event. And if you really want a good party, and on the Saturday night, we will be doing a cocktail party in my room. It's going to be fun, 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 fun. We do abuse the word fun. We like to have a good time.
You do,
now,
can say it.
Can you imagine bringing a prospect to this event? And prospects can come free. They can't stay overnight in accommodation or have anything to eat, but they can come for their actual training. And they see everybody making that sort of money with those results. I'll tell you now, if you brought 2 prospects, you're going to get your 2 people on the day.
Here's what we're going to do with this one, guys. This is what we're going to do with that particular event. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with a presentation to explain the business people and we're going to business to people. And we'll do the typical presentation that we do on a Wednesday to explain the business. Then we're going to do the explanation that you've just seen right now. We're going to give people the opportunity to hear the stories from all of you guys live. Now, what we've done in the past at the Mercure is we've done these presentations, but we haven't had any powerful stories to give out. But when we do this, and all of you guys say how much money you've made in the last week, the last month, the last 2 months, by then you'll be doing it 2.5 months, 3 months. And some of you guys will be talking about tens of thousands of pounds by that time. When you tell those stories, those people are definitely going to join this business. When we have a break then, we're going to tell them that we're going to set you up, whilst you're in the room, we're going to set you up with your broker account, we're going to set you up with your MT4 account. We're going to show you how to use MT4 so that the following morning they can be taking the signals and they can be making profit the very next day. Not that they've got to go out and sell their granny to sort of sponsor everything. Yes, we're going to tell them about building a team, but we're going to tell them that we're going to send the signals so they can be getting results like all the people they've just heard from. They will join this business. It will be the single most powerful event we've ever put on. And Simon and I are both getting mega excited about it because it's not going to be like any other event we've done before. It's not just going to be about the training.
I will post a link in the winner's circle after this call.
Yeah. So go look at it. There are 2 prices in there. There is an early bird price, which lasts for 2 weeks, the next 2 weeks, where you can book at the early bird price, which is £99. After that, the price goes up. Can't remember exactly where we set it at, but it's actually on the screen there. Package is £99. If you're coming as a couple, it's only £150. So if you're coming as a single and you happen to be really, really friendly with someone else, that's up to you. That's your choice. But £99 and £150 as a couple. So There is an amazing opportunity there for us. Guys, those of you who have been to these events, you know how good the events are. You know that the fun side of it's immense to start off with, but also this is really, really serious. The people that you bring will be going will be going away from that, and they will be making money. You absolutely must be at that event.
So no matter where you live in the UK, if it means you've got to drive 4, 5, 6, 7 hours to be there, it's worth you doing it. It's going to be a 1-night accommodation, 2-day event. It's so worth it.
Yeah, so you can sort of set up whatever time you like, get there mid-afternoon, use the spa facilities. In the evening, we're going to have a meal. We're going to have some informal stuff on that evening. You can ask us any questions you want. If you're brand new and you're sort of still have questions, well, you get the opportunity to question us face to face. And then the day after, bring your prospects, arrange to meet your prospects, and we can take it on from there. Guys, that's it. We've gone on for longer than we normally do with this, but there's been a lot to cover. I hope you found some value in it, but honestly, I've never been as excited as we've been over the last couple of weeks about our future and what's available for every single one of us. So unless anyone has any other questions, I think we wrap it up. Simon?
Yeah, no, we're good. Next year will be a phenomenal year for a lot of you.
Oh, hell yeah.
But then it's only going to be for those that want to grab the ball by the horns and do something with it. Anyway, our time,
guys, let's finish this a little bit differently and a little bit of an atmosphere. So let's, everybody unmute your microphone, say goodbye, and we'll just finish with a bit of noise so everyone knows you guys are all real. Put your cameras on.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. 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 Bye.